Well, I wore my creamsicle shirt, sort of a tribute to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right.
Going back in the old school here.
I got you.
NFC, AFC previews we're doing now for football. It's now kicking off here at the pro game.
The National
Football
League.
Or any given Sunday. Too much Chris Berman going on here. Let's start over. Anyhow, let's talk AFC first. Steelers-Ravens is the hot item around here for that. The Steelers are going to be really interesting, in my opinion, because of what happened with Roethlisberger.
Well, Peter King of Sports Illustrated has picked the Steelers to win the Super Bowl.
The guy's pretty smart, but I think he fell over and bumped his head.
I think they've got offensive. I think they've got offensive line issues. We talk about this so. How often, when we're talking about football, Starkey, do we talk about offensive line issues? I think they're a bad offensive line. They're going to be starting the year without Ben Roethlisberger. I think they're an aging team in some key spots. I think this is my sort of overall umbrella look at the NFL this year. I think there's going to be an awful lot of 9-7, 8-8, 7-9, and I think the Steelers are in that group. I think the Steelers are going to be okay. I don't think they're going to be anything special.
I think they're a playoff team. I think they won the last Super Bowl with a bad offensive line. So we've been saying that for a while.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I think it's interesting is Mendenhall, the running back who's going to get the bulk of the carries, didn't really come on to last year about week 4. I think the season for the Steelers is actually going to start week 5 when Roethlisberger's back in. Or suspensions the first 4 weeks.
Well, Mendenhall, except that there's a couple tough games in that first 4.
I think, and there's going to be some losses. They're going to be playing comeback from the very beginning. They're going to start off with some losses, and when they get Roethlisberger back in there, which will give them the passing attack to go with Mendenhall in the running, that's when their season's actually going to start.
And we should point out that by lessening his suspension from 6 games to 4, you bring him back at a time when they have a bye week. Yep. So he's got like a week, 2 weeks to prepare for, because he's not even allowed to practice right now.
No,
he's not allowed to be there. So
but
that was a break, I think.
And it's funny, his teammates didn't not even make him a captain. He's been a captain the last 2 years. Right. That's a little slap to him as well, and that's maybe a wake-up call. His first game back is actually the Ravens. I want to talk about them next. Man, are they loading up. This is the team that's gone from being a very defensive-oriented team to offense. They just signed T.J. Houshmandzadeh yesterday.
Yeah, well,
Houshmandzadeh,
who some people think is shot, or he wouldn't have been out there. But I think they've got defensive problems. I mean, they have big cornerback issues. I didn't realize how hurt Ed Reed is. I mean, he's going to miss
out for 6 weeks.
They're talking about almost half the season. They're going to have a big problem stopping the passing game, I think. I mean, they're not a team. They're not a team that blitzes constantly. They need to have good cornerback play. Mm-hmm. I think they've got it. Again, I'm putting them back in that big pack. I think these are both 9-7 type teams.
I got the Steelers 9-7, the Ravens 10-6. First game back for Roethlisberger is going to be a shootout against the Ravens, I think. It's going to be incredible to watch his passing against.
All right.
But I think you're going to see Joe Flacco coming on as a quarterback. Houshmandzadeh, I think, still has something left. You got Anquan Bolden, Ray Rice. They're going to have to outslug people this year with the offense, not defense.
When was the last time they were better offensively than defensively? The answer is never.
Johnny Unitas and the Colts.
Well, yeah, this is the Baltimore Ravens.
I know.
Never.
Never as the Ravens. Yeah. No. Sleeper team in the AFC. Do you got one?
Well, I think as far as a chance to be real good, I think the Cincinnati Bengals are a little bit of a sleeper team. I think they're very good defensively. They did as well as they did last year with a lot of key people hurt and throughout the season. I mean, I'm talking about not just for a couple weeks. So, and I've always liked Carson Palmer. I think maybe it's his time to finally figure it out. T.O. is a negligible factor, but I think they got a lot of nice pieces. I like the Cincinnati Bengals.
People forget the Bengals won the division last year.
Yes, that's correct.
I think they're not a sleeper team as far as – they're a sleeper team to the media and a lot of fans, so they didn't realize how good they were last year. It's an interesting call. Right. My sleeper team is the New England Patriots. And again, this is a team that's really good, but they're not getting any attention. Not getting a lot of attention. I think they got one last hurrah. I think Brady's healthy again. Randy Moss, Wes Welker coming back. The defense is starting to show some improvements. It's a young bunch there, so the offense is going to carry them. Overrated team. Who do you got there?
Jets.
Oh, I'm with you. Jets. I think the best team in New York is going to be the Giants, not the Jets.
That's entirely possible. I mean, Mark Sanchez is okay for a second-year guy. I think he's a problem. A little bit of a. They're a little too full of themselves, I think, here with the HBO reality show and Rex Ryan, and this is a team that really the Colts let them in the playoffs last year, and they wouldn't have made the playoffs. I mean, I think we all need to take a deep breath and settle down about the Jets a little bit.